Entropy is a scientific term associated with levels of randomness, disorder, and uncertainty. The natural world moves forward in this way, overlaying an infinite array of choices and outcomes in a non-linear progression towards an unknown result. A constant cycle of life and death, degradation and regeneration. We live in cities of ruin and repair. This applies to organisms, atoms, and space, namely urban space. Humans, easily overwhelmed by the lack of control entropy perpetuates, gravitate towards systems in order to regain order and peace of mind. With the influx of new humans due to rapid population growth, an influx of entropy has followed, and an influx of new systems seeking to address it. The most prevalent of these systems can be observed through the spatial organization of urban landscapes. Del Upton argues that urban organization, namely the T-shaped armature adapted by many coastal cities in early development onward, is inflected by social and occupational preferences for location near or apart from other people or other trades, and the resulting gradients of land and rental values that affected individuals' and institutions' choice of location within the urbanized area. Upton is saying that the repeating structure of the T-shaped armature is a reflection of both social prejudice and environmental siting. Once created by these social and environmental preferences, the armature has the potential to further perpetuate divide. This is an example of an urban plan hindering the social mixing of its inhabitants. However, Del Upton overlooks how urban systems can promote social mixing, namely a grid system. In Spatial Institutions in Urban Economies, How City Grids Affect Density and Development, by Trevor O'Grady, it is stated that in areas lacking a city grid, landowners have the flexibility to customize boundaries to geography, local knowledge, and individual preferences. Grady ultimately argues that the implementation of urban grids force shared property lines and thus promote urban mixing. It is important to note that although a lack of a grid or T-shaped armature can imply ideas of freedom or organic expansion, that freedom is often only allocated to the wealthiest classes, the rest of a city's population forming itself around the predetermined, non-uniform structures of those wielding the most power. Upton advocates that an implementation of urban organization is the result of perpetuated social prejudice. Grady argues that an urban grid can represent a medium of equality through uniformity. Contrasting these views causes one to begin questioning the significance of grids as successful mediums of urban organization. When the distinction is made between physical organization and social organization, a conclusion can be made. Although the grid system is a manifestation of physical organization, it promotes a form of social entropy through the mixing of different people, using geometric patterns as opposed to existing societal and environmental preferences. The physical symmetry of an urban landscape should be viewed as a catalyst of cultural asymmetry, diaspora, and development. These spaces are examples of a physical system setting the stage for entropy and interaction, resulting in a more inclusive city.